Mother, the tower crumbles, the divine mother tumbles. Cancer wrapped around her heart, there is no fear here. The eyes of God's kept infecting fingers, pry open the clearest cage. Sickness has been made. Father and son stoke fire. Sister's tears protect. There is no fear here. The eyes of God's kept. Measures have been taken. Wipe clean my face, rip clear my heart. Death must seem so distant. That reach has not reached me. Beneath, below. Beneath, lives white chill. No tolerance, bone-cold hibernation, constructing towers, a towering emission. Emit the truth, become the signal. Celestial, signal fills the void. The flood is coming down, I can't stop it. I can't hold it back. I can't see her, I can't even breathe. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find me, unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Okay, it's my understanding that you've been a prominent spokesman for women's rights. Can you tell us something about that?
Well, I don't think I've done that much for women. I love them,
okay,
and appreciate them, and when asked to vouch, I always have. I've not given any great times of service to the various women's groups, but I treat them as equals and will eagerly push forward any program that advances their equality or fight any program that tries to impinge on their freedom and equality.
In April of 2004, you wrote an open letter to peace and justice leaders encouraging them to demand full 9/11 truth. And I've seen on the internet that you've made many introductory speeches at a variety of 9/11 Truth forums since then, and most recently introduced Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth at a forum in Los Angeles. On September 11th, 2001, where were you, and what was your first reaction to the events, and when did you first suspect that there was something fishy about the official government story, and why?
I was in Los Angeles at the time. I was stunned and in awe, as everybody else was, at the incident, and recognizing that this country has a history of false flag operations. Is that the term?
Yes.
I, for some reason, immediately began to smell a rat, and looking at the buildings coming down, and I just couldn't buy the official version. And as each day mounted, as testimony began, as the 9/11 Truth movement began to sprout and flower, I became more aware of the challenges. And as far as I'm concerned, just as I challenged the trial of Mumia Abu Jamal, I totally condemn the truth that has been issued, or the lack of truth that has been issued, the farce of the 9/11 Commission, who, after the fact, admitted that they were misled, misinformed, and yet nobody has called for that new commission to repair the terrible damage and whitewash that they gave to this tragedy of America. I think it's horrendous, and I think it's part of the duplicity of this government. The Maine was supposedly a manufactured incident in the Spanish-American War. The Lusitania was yet another manufactured incident that allowed the U.S. to enter World War I. There is still question as to how much Roosevelt knew about the impending Japanese attack. Some say that they knew that the Japanese Navy was on the move and that something was about to happen. I don't think they knew where it was going to happen. Or if they did, it's been a well-kept secret. But the Gulf of Tonkin is certainly an event that reeks of hypocrisy. And there's even question on Korea. So that we have this history. We have the history of Grenada and the terrible, terrible fright that was instilled in this country. The Russians were going to fly planes out of Grenada and bomb us.
Oh, yeah.
Reagan's statement about how important it was to get the Sandinistas out of Nicaragua because it's only 2 days' drive to Brownsville, Texas. And I can just see all those Nicaraguans pouring across the border to invade us. So we keep getting this crock of shit thrown at us from time to time, and our people are either too frightened or too ignorant to challenge en masse these lies that they keep providing us.
So your reaction initially then on the day that that happened was to be very suspect that this might be another manufactured event. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wow.